Hey, welcome to the Coach's Corner with your boy Coach Low. You are listening to Low, brought to you by Sports Club Florida. And another week, another great football weekend. And I'm telling you right now, we got some great guests coming on today. But before I even bring the guests on, I really have to say college football has made a big change, a big impact, especially with the Florida school and what's going on out there with NIL. I had to just point out before I bring my first guest in, hey, Florida Gators went down from the Miami Hurricanes, and man, it showed a lot. It showed who gets some NIL and who's not. But you see in the game a lot of changes. Recruits want to change to do different things. They want to decommit, recommit. I don't know what's going on in the world. Or that's why I say, is it Moneyball or is it football? You got to ask yourself that. Notre Dame, Texas A&M, hard-hitting game. Man, now that was a game that really set precedent because Notre Dame don't give up a lot of NIL, but Texas A&M do, and the money didn't work, as you can see. Florida State battled down. Boston College came there, ready to rock and roll, ready to go. Hey, you don't know who's going to show up and who's going to play. You don't know who's on the team and who's not. I guarantee you sometimes you can't even guess who even on the team. But where we can know, where we will know who's on the team is in the high school sports. High school sports will tell it all. I mean, the changes we will know it, but be very few. Not like college football, not like the transfer portal. So let's get right into it in the coach's corner. Going to bring in a couple of the top athletes right here in Central Florida. And these two athletes coming in the class of 2026, making some noise, making a difference. No ifs and buts about it. And they just had a nice battle last week. We just want to get the dirt, the grind, see where their mindset was at and where they're going for the next week, on their next journey, their next game to try to win. With that being said, I'm getting ready to bring on the running back from
No,
Evans
the
High School.
Shaw. No, 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 no. You had Shaw. Shaw's up first.
Well, with that being said, you know what? Maybe I bring the hitter in just in case. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit then, right? We had to change it around a little bit. So let me go ahead with the defensive end from Apopka High School, aka the Blue Darters. It's a defensive end right there, Mr. Kingston Shaw. He's a 3-star right now. Class is
What's up, Coach?
2026. What's going on, Kingston? How you feel?
Feel great, Coach. Definitely.
Well, that's what's up, Kingston, man. Let me tell you something. It's great to have a former daughter, online on the show, on the Listen to Low show, brought to you by Sports Club Florida. But I tell you, man, you've been doing some lot of great things and overcame some challenges, some battles, some injuries. But
Yes,
hey,
sir.
hard work, grind mindset, grind mentality, definitely changing the game for you and put you in a whole new light. Now they know who Kingston Shaw is, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Well, I tell you, we talk about 3-star, 2026 defensive end, sitting at a nice 6 feet 4, 235 pounds, but moving like lightning coming off that edge.
Yes, sir.
But the transition was kind of interesting, though. You were at linebacker at one
Yes, sir.
point. Now, I know you got taller, bigger, or stronger, faster. You had to do what you had to do for the team. Tell me about the change. Why was there a
You know,
change from linebacker to end?
it was kind of a mix of that. Of course, I'm one of the biggest guys out there, but, me just getting more muscle mass, but also that's where I'm probably going to most likely be playing in college. So, I mean, just really beneficial for me overall and beneficial for the team for me moving to defensive end. And, honestly, I've always played defensive end my whole life. I mean, last year was my first year at linebacker, so I just feel at home getting back at defensive end, and I'm really loving it so far this year.
Well, I tell you one thing, playing linebacker really give you a different perspective of the game because now you are sitting up. You kind of like the man in the middle. You're really kind of controlling the game now because now it's not about just setting the edge or rushing off the edge. At linebacker, you got to read. You got to read the line, how they pull, how they scoop, how they trap. You got to tell the other linebackers what to do. You got to call the defense. You got to step up as a leader. How was that for you playing linebacker for the first time last year?
I honestly love taking on the challenge, and I mean, I'm a quick learner when it comes to that. So I was just picking up certain things, and I feel like learning everything that I did at linebacker and having that perspective, it actually translates and helps me even more so at defensive end because now I don't have to wait for the linebackers to give me the calls or I call certain stunts or no coverages when I already know them, and it's just a whole new perspective listening from linebacker to defensive end. But Honestly, linebacker. I liked it last season, but I feel more at home at defensive end.
Well, I heard that. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You joined some great guys that went through Parker High School at that defensive line, defensive end, defensive tackle position because Coach Anderson is just great at what he do and teaching these guys how to control the line of scrimmage and play real down-hole football in the trenches. Right, you're home in the trenches, and you're
Yes,
going to understand the game with Coach Anderson. I know, and he has trained some of the great, even if I go way back into guys that they're like the Warren Sapp, the Hall of Famer, but one guy I really have to point out in particular that Coach Anderson did an amazing job with, I was so excited was Kyle Wilbur. Kyle Wilbur, it kind of reminded me of you. I mean, that we didn't plan, we were going to be up, play down. He was long, he was lanky, and he just controlled it very well and did a good job and had opportunity to go into Wake Forest. And I remember training him, and he just like trying to make it happen and keep up with the guys out there. And next thing you know, he do 10 years or so with Dallas Cowboys just on special teams alone because his length and his smart and know how to play the game. So that was that's a big deal for you down there with Coach Anderson. I'm proud to see what you're doing because if I go right into what you did already, first game you had three. Was that if I'm correct? 3 sacks and 7 tackles the last game, but the
yeah, that
first
was
game you had 5 tackles and a fumble recovery the first game.
yes, sir.
So you making plays.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And I know Pop is big in making plays, right? They always talk
Sir.
about take away. And when you're looking at, a fumble recovery and 3 sacks, that's huge for the defense, especially when you have an offense that really not put up the points that Pop could really do. So they kind of put the everything on the back of the D line or the defense. How do you feel about that going into this season?
Honestly, I feel like we can handle that load on defense. I have confidence in all my guys, and I really feel like offense is going to step up too, and we're all going to come together and really dominate. These first 2 games has been a shutout defensively, and I'm honestly, we're just going to keep on getting better as a team, but especially as a defense. All the chemistry is going to come together, and I'm expecting another shutout
Well, I tell
this
you
week.
one thing here with a popular big on that stuff with defense win game, and it have been proven last couple of years. One thing about a Apopka, always find their way in the playoff. People try to count them out, and some kind of way we prevail in the end. And I think that's all because of the relationship and the family that a Apopka have, the brotherhood, the hokey hey. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's just a principle that I've really been embracing and learning ever since my freshman year. Having that example of these guys, what true brotherhood is, what really going through the trenches with all these guys. We do everything together, everything the same. We just really get it done. But I feel like there's a certain bond that we have that's just different from everywhere else. It's with the way it's being coached, the way how we work together, everything that we go through practice, games. I just feel really connected. Hoka, hey, it's a great day to die. It's a great day to die for your brother anytime you're on that field at Apopka.
Well, it's definitely proven because I know for a fact when you leave a pop and go to college, you have a different mindset. You're prepared mentally more than anything. I talked to my son Low, of course, he graduated from a Popka, played at Notre Dame, graduated from Notre Dame. And I asked him, I said, what kept you grinding besides, me, the military dad that don't play the radio, so what kept you? He said, going to a Popka, it showed him that there's nothing else but football in the mindset. Of course, you got to have the grades, and I'm quite sure, grades is definitely a big precedence in your house. Of course, I know the Shaw mama don't play.
Yes, sir.
we
Yeah, don't
we
play at all.
Shaw mama don't play. So, and that's one thing. The great about a pop, hey, if the parent could just be behind you and make sure this grades is great, you can get there and really play some football, and the coaching can just lock in on football. And it had that old school mentality. You're good enough, they'll find you. But at the same time, we know you got to get out there and get that exposure. But it's so much media out there right now. All you got to do is just have grades and film. And right now, here it is already. It's crazy that in 2 games, you're already sitting on 3 sacks already. So I can expect some big things. Did you set a goal? Did you set a goal and say, I want this many sacks? Did you set a goal for yourself this year?
Shoot, I mean this year, I'm shooting for. I need at least 15 sacks this year, at least.
What? What? That's durable. You already got three.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the least. So that was what I set back in. What was that? Spring when I first started playing DN.
Uh huh.
That's what my goal was there.
Yeah.
But hey, however many I get, I'm shooting for above 15. But you know, that's the bare minimum right there. That's what I want.
Well, I tell you this right here. They say the more sacks, the more offers. How about that?
Yes, sir.
So let's get into that right quick. You jumped on the bus, you went on some tours, you went to some camp, you came home with some offers. Let's talk about the recruiting. Right now, Kingston Shaw is sitting on how many offers right now?
Currently sitting on about 12 offers right now.
12 offers sitting on right now. Just came out of nowhere, basically because of the transition to a new position, and they probably didn't really recognize or see you doing what you're doing, coming off that edge like a
Yeah.
speeding bullet. So that's a big deal, and I know a lot of other schools gonna be coming at you and they're
Okay.
definitely ready to. Hey, let me bring him on in, but I know you're prepared for it and you're ready for that too. But at the
Yes,
same
sir.
time, in order to be able to do what you do, you have to be able to have the guys beside you do their job and do their part. And you lined up against Evans High School. You went with one of the top running backs in Central Florida, and y'all held them under 100 yards. How was it done?
Honestly, we really had to look each other in the face defensively and really come together and just realize that if we let him loose, knowing the athlete that he is, I mean, he's going to cause havoc. So I feel like back to what you were saying about that brotherhood hoka hey thing. I mean, we had to really tighten down and handle business when it come to that, and realize that we're team is relying on defense, so we need to handle business on it.
Yeah, well, you definitely handle the business right there because you pitched another shut. I guess some donuts up around here. I don't know they Krispy Kreme donuts or they some Dunkin' Donuts or some blueberry donuts. I don't know what, but you're handing them out. So, but here's the thing: you got the Panthers coming. And
Yeah,
the
yes,
last
sir.
2 years, y'all been escaping them Panthers, and they know how to stop certain things, do certain things. And they got a great coach over there, Rodney Wells, and him and y'all Coach Rosen's a great coach over there, and they're gonna be a battle. You know what I mean?
No, it definitely will be.
Yeah, and so I'm not looking for no score. You're gonna win or lose, whatever. But your preparation for that game, that's gonna be a big game. You guys are ready for that, right?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel like we're ready for that. Practice has been amazing this week. Film's been great. Been steady on film this week. And, I feel like we really are going to be doing good with that game. We feel like we're ready.
Well, so then now, here's what I would do. If I'm Dr. Phillip, I'm going to double team Kingston Shaw.
Hey,
He's not getting in there. So
that's just another person free then.
yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. That's that team player I want to hear right there.
Oh
You
yeah.
double team
Hey,
means somebody that's
my
going to
my
get
D
you.
line, my defense. I mean, shoot, we got the best D line in Central Florida, hands down.
Ooh.
Me, Trayvon. I mean, we're gonna handle it.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like the thought process. So the journey going to begin. Is beginning for the season. Now you got big expectation. It's a lot to live with when you go from the mighty Parker, the most team that went to the state championship in Central Florida, won probably the most state championship in Central Florida, got the history of bringing in first round draft pick like the Aaron Jones senior and then like the Warren Sapp and the Kyle Wilbur. I mean, you talking about first round draft picks coming out that school. So and you're there and that's some big shoes to fill. I ain't tell you got to fill them, but you got to represent the name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Definitely.
yeah, you got to represent the name. But I know that the recruiting gonna be getting a little busy here about halfway through the season, and I know some schools probably still beating down the door, especially they seeing all this film going on. So
Yes.
how's that going? How's that recruiting process going right now for you?
The recruiting process is going great so far. I mean, all other than the other schools that have offered me so far, there's a whole bunch more right at the doorstep, and I feel like once they get a lot of actual really good film of me at DN, now that I switched, I feel like I'll be getting a lot more offers and a lot more opportunities with that. But the recruiting process so far has been great. I've been enjoying it definitely. It's good connecting with all these colleges, all the coaches. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, I know it's hard right now as a 3-star player, and at the rate you're going, might be four, it's probably be a 4-star. So they're gonna bring the more stress with the recruiting and the process. But I know y'all got to handle with Miss Shaw and Mr. Shaw in the back, and I know you got to handle it. So you just got to take care of business in the classroom, take care of business on the field, and they'll take care of business off the field. And that's one thing that I'm glad that you have that in your pocket or in your home. And I wish a lot of others have the same thing. And I advise them to do that. Reach out, get the right people behind them. No, you take your business in the field, in the room. You take your business on the field, and know what? All will come. Because like I say, you're good enough, they'll find you. Cause boy, there's cameras everywhere, even drone. There might be a drone around my house right now. I don't know. I'm just
Shoot, who
kidding.
knows?
You know,
Yes, sir.
you never know. Well, listen, man. Good luck this weekend. Thank you for coming on the show and listen to Low. Right, brought to you by Sports Club Florida. We're excited. Good luck this week. Gets them mighty Panthers. All right,
Yes,
and
sir.
hey, set your goals, get it done. Thank you for coming on, Kingston, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on, Coach Love.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
Peace. You heard it right there. Kingston Shaw, 3-star right there from a pop up Blue Darters right there. He told you his plans. He told you his journey, opportunity. I mean, we're giving you guys the opportunity to be on the platform, especially on the coach's corner, right? You heard it right here on the show. But now we got to bring in the man that hey, he probably didn't get the yards he want, but he got some because he's a hard-nosed runner. I mean, tough as nails. You talk about old school leather helmet type running back. I love them type of guys right there from a history from Evans High School. But right now we do have the running back, the Darious Pryor, 3-star running back for Evans High School. The Darious, come on in. What's going on?
What's up, Coach?
Oh, how you feel?
I'm feeling great.
No, that's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and an opportunity just to hear what you have to say, and set the platform, set the table for the Darious Pryor, set it because there's not a lot of running backs in the area. I mean, you have a couple of them, but we did what you call it? I'm missing the word. We did like a survey, and we said who's the top 5 running backs that came out of Central Florida the last 5 years. It was so few, we had to go 10 years. It was so few, we had to go 15 years. So it's great to have some real, true, hard-nosed running backs. And I don't know whether it is because they don't want to bring that pain or drop the boom. I don't know why you want to play running back knowing that running back is not as popular anymore. They're not the guy anymore. They're throwing the ball, quarterback, receiver. What made Ladarius Pryor want to play running back and be the best?
So what made me start playing the running back position was the toughness of the game. So ever since was the toughness of the game. So ever since that, I just choose a position to play. I was playing running back and linebacker at the same time, but I fell in love with running back. Got to high school level, and after that, I just been doing my thing.
Well, that's good. I like that. So you've been playing running back since you were playing Part 1 over there, the Pine Hill Trojan, and you just had the mindset and mentality. I remember when you first came over, I went to watch you play a Part 1 again. I'm like, who is that kid? They told me it was. I had to get you an LPU, come out there and dominate down there. And now here it is, you in high school. Now you played varsity as a freshman at Evans. I'm correct?
As a sophomore.
Sophomore. So your sophomore year, you was on that varsity from there, and right now, you're sitting at a 3-star player starting from Evans High School. Now, you sitting on how many offers now?
I sit on 20 offers now.
Oh, wow. 20 offers of 2026. Got a whole nother year to go from there. If you had to name 3 offers that you got, the top offers, give me 3 of the top offers you're sitting on right now.
3 top offers I'm sitting on. We have Rutgers. Rutgers been in touch a lot. We have Boston College, and let's see, decide on my third. Haven't really decided on my third one yet, but
But hey, you're young, so you ain't had to decide on it. But I know you're sitting on Pitt, West Virginia, and a bunch of other offers, right?
Yeah, Pitt too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got a couple off that. I didn't want your top 3. Don't want to see some of the big offers. But here's what's interesting. They're Power 4 offers, and then you look at Boston College, who just hey, just shock and beat up on Florida State there. You know what I mean? So people sometimes want to have that mentality, want to go to a certain school, but now they're starting to send school like Boston College coming in and beating up some powerhouse schools, school they probably never beat in 3-4 years. How do you felt about that game? I know you watched it.
Yeah. So just think about the game. It was definitely a competitive game, like competition game. Um, I feel like FSU was not their best. Coming back from Georgia Tech, and 1 week, I guess they didn't have that much practice or not. But Boston College, I don't know, man. It was just a crazy sequence. It was crazy.
But it's so
But
crazy. Go ahead.
I can say though, the coaching adjustments was different. It was a different ball game. Coming back home from playing out of country, it could be different. You know, so I guess they wasn't prepared for that type of fight that Boston College was gonna put up, and Boston College definitely put up a great fight. And that's some type of things I like to see on TV.
Well, they did. So speaking of a great fight, let's talk about that fight you was in Friday night.
Let's
Let's get into
talk
that
about
fight, boy. And now,
Yeah.
so I got Mr. Wright Choice gonna join in on us right now, but we can get into the Popcom and Evans arch rivals. I'm talking about rivals for over 30, 40, 50 years. The Gherkin brother all the way through. And I'm talking about the tradition did not fail us because it was an interesting game. And tell me your take on that game because I'm looking at your stats right now. But that game, looked like we had 17 carry for 96 yards for that game alone. So the goal all the way to hit that 100 yards. That was some
yeah.
hard yards. Tell me about that game and why you couldn't get loose all the time like you want.
So the line was kind of off that game. I think was the first week we didn't have a game. Parker
Mm-hmm.
rescheduled that game to that Saturday. So with that 1 week just falling off, everybody was prepared. Everybody wasn't ready yet. So, you know, coming into the game, we always thought, it was gonna be a hard battle, regardless on both sides of the ball. Parker always got a bend on break defense, so I already knew it wasn't gonna be hard. It just pound it, pound it, pound it, and everybody gonna be focused on the run game. So it was passing the ball a lot too. So just me picking up on 96 yards with 17 carries was great, but I'm still striving for more.
Well,
So
I had
I
to,
like
I
that.
had to say, for one, Ladarius, I got to get you working on your camera game, but we'll talk about that tomorrow.
yeah,
But besides
moment.
that, I definitely have to give it to you, man. You fought really hard that game. You didn't really break like you normally do, but you finally broke in the third quarter. You got like 10 yards carrying a couple of guys. And then right after that, and I know you was tired too. Right after that
Yeah,
play, you broke 60 yards. I wanted you to dive so bad into that end zone, but after I looked, you were like 10 far away. I said, I don't think he could dive that far.
nah, I was looking at it. I was like, man, I should have dove, but I was too far.
I couldn't tell because I was recording. I wanted you to score so bad, but man, I give it to you, man. You did really good, man. You fought hard for the team. They was boxing you in, but man, that third quarter, you broke, and then you went on that outside, and that was it, man. I don't know where that guy came from. I thought you was all by yourself. I thought it was gonna be an easy touchdown, but I knew he hit I think he hit your ankle or whatever. I know you was dog tired, man. But man, great job, man. Great endurance. Trying to lead your team to the win. In my books, you guys still won. It was a great game you guys did. Y'all was in the end zone a couple of times. I know y'all couldn't punch it in, but I'm looking forward. I'm gonna be there Saturday, and I want everybody to prove. I want Evans to prove everybody wrong. I know the
Yes, sir.
defense is great. The offense is going to be great. I know y'all got some new transitioning things that's moving on. You've been doing good, good in the classroom, getting your grades right. So you've been doing really good as well. So I'm just working on your camera game. That's all we're going to work
I got
on this stuff.
Well, I tell you
definitely
one
got
thing here. We didn't get the 100 yards, but you definitely went to Haynes City and hit them with 12 carries, 115 yards. So we did get that 100 yard right there. So I know that's always a goal for a running back. Give me 100, 100, 100, 100. I hit that 1,000 yard mark from there, and maybe even plus it more. So is that one of your goals always to make you hit that 100 yard marks or more to help your team win?
yes, sir.
All right, that's what it's all about there. Well, hey, guess who's coming in town this Friday or Saturday? The Jones High Tigers.
So yes, sir. We gonna it's gonna be a dog fight with them boys too.
That's what I like to hear right there. We know Jones going to come in with a high power offense. You know they can rip it around, and the good thing about it is you guys not giving up with no points when
Yeah,
all said and done on anybody y'all play. But their offense is very potent and very strong. They got some 5 stars and 4 stars and quarterback. They got a couple of Florida Gator commit, Miami commits, and then they got about another guy about to commit to Miami. On the opposite side of the ball, they got some guy that can run around and fly around. But their defense at the same time, you got to find the weeks and get it done and line up and play. Everybody put their pants on the same way, put their cleats on the same way. What's your mindset going into the game? I know you're ready. I know you're prepared. But you know what when Darious line up, what is he saying? What is he saying himself when he line up against any team, not just Joan High Tigers?
yes, sir. So my mentality when I line up against the other position. So I look right in the eyes and be like, man, I'm coming for you. I want your heart. I want your soul. I got to put that fear in them boys' heart before the game even start. So when they see me, they're like, oh man, that's that number 4. I'm that guy. That's the guy. So my mentality is always a dog eat dog world. Everybody gonna have their time, but you got to just prove it. So when that time come in a big game like this and the type of moment, you got to show up.
Yes,
So,
sir. Well, I know
oh,
Coach Oldham, man, came in the last 2 years and trying to make some big impact and big changes over there. He brought some of your Pioneer Trojan coach, Coach Malcolm guys in, national champion coach that came in, and I'm looking at like they plan for him. People say they got to buy in. It looked like you guys have bought in because it used to be a time that people got to the point where they want to put Evans on their homecoming because they knew they can get an easy win. Now they're like a
yes,
little skeptical, because Evans got a big time running back over there, and it was his youth, and then they got
yes,
not other players, cornerback that can fly around, right? They got safety that can fly around. You got Leonard out there flying around. So hey, they got to know you come play Evans, you better be ready. Time
you
up,
better.
strap it up. Because they got a running back with a leather helmet on coming right at him. There's probably 3-star, Evan High School, 2026 running back, sitting at 6 feet, 200 pounds. You got an very smart with a 3.0 GPA. So listen, man, good luck for the rest of the season. Thanks for coming on to Listen Low and on spot brought to you by Sports Club Florida. And we are looking forward to seeing what you got going on this weekend. And we'll check back with you next week. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate it, coach.
You're welcome.
All right, indeed.
Y'all heard it right there. You got one of the popular top defensive end, and you heard it from Evans High School running back. Both are 3-star, and both of them, Tremaine, both of them guys are 2026. So here it is. We already talking and laying the platform for 2026. We got a whole nother season next year that we got to come back with these guys, and they're going to be telling us what Power 4 school that they're going to be committing to.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be fun
we
to
caught
see.
them at the right time before they get too big. ESPN called them. Everybody don't want to talk to us, but because we talked to them today, because they want to talk, they talked to us today, and we set the stage. They'll be back on the
Look,
show next year.
well, the crazy thing about D4, he ain't had no stars this summer. I
Right.
think he got there like right prior to the season. I think when Coach told me, he's been playing really good, and Shaw played really good too as well against Evans last week. But I'm looking forward to both of them this week. Shaw's playing against DP. I saw them play last year. Good game, close game. And then Evans playing Jones this year. I don't know when the last time we Evans played Jones, but it's going to be a really good game at 4 o'clock on Saturday this week. That's the game I'm going to be at. I know you're going to be out of town this week, unless you're going to a game on Friday. All right.
Yeah, it's Friday. I'm actually going to hit that Lakeland and Lake Mary.
Okay.
So we'll talk
All right.
about a little bit of that on the next Wednesday
All right.
night countdown wrap up.
All right, you guys. So you guys, I know we got another show coming up. I know it's Wednesday. We did a double hitter this Wednesday. Monday was a big time game that came on. We did some moving around, but it still worked out, man. We always want to get an opportunity to get these kids on this platform. Get them on the platform early, man, and it's better to get them on early. So once they get to college and pros, they can be like, man, I've been doing this, and they can, and we put them on this platform. So go ahead, send them out, Coach.
Well, listen, guys, you heard it right there on the Coach's Corner. I'm your boy, Coach Low, a.k.a. the Camp King, and all I do is bring it to you live and give it to you raw and for some of the best and the top talent in Central Florida, and you heard it right there with Mr. Kingston Shaw, defensive end, 3-star 2026, and sitting on about 12 offers right now, and now we hit you with the man with the leather helmet, I call it, because he run like a Bull or 18-wheeler, all gas and no brake. The Darious Pryor 2026 3-star. You heard it from both of them guys right there. And listen, this is the Coach's Corner. So next week, stay tuned because we're going to have some more dogs coming up in the building. So we'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. So we'll do our Wednesday night wrap up. So we can talk about the next top 3 picks, games of the week. Hit you with the top 10. And we even got to touch the bases on how is Georgia coaches getting paid more than Florida. You heard it right here, sportsclubflorida.com.
Hand on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the wheel, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane. Foot on the gas, I do not care if I crash.